Hello, and welcome to Wyverns and Weirdos, a D&D podcast set in the world of Fierlor. I am your Dungeon Master, Darby, and joining me as always are Laura, playing Bertie, Eddie, playing Anya, Jake, playing Newman, and Zoe, playing Ross. Let's jump into it. Where we last left off, the party debriefed and unwound after dealing with Dread Magister Kira Embren. Part of this included a bit of a conspiracy between Bertie and Sam to organise a sweet date night for Ross and Sam in Bertie's magnificent mansion, including keeping Newman distracted long enough for the date to be nice and romantic. Bertie, the hopeless romantic that he is, went overboard and created a whole experience when Sam just asked for a nice dinner. And Newman was mostly distracted by an outdoor trampoline.
It was effective.
Until eventually setting off fireworks, which Ross and Sam were able to admire from where they were together, as was everyone else outside of the date. So, that is where we pick up from last time. Also, Newman had a repaired mechanical snake spying on them.
No, he didn't actually spy. Just it was one of the contingency plans.
Lengths to which Newman will go is just boggling.
Romance is his passion, just not his own.
Okay. So, is there anything in particular that folks wanted to do with the rest of their evening?
At some point, we probably actually build a pillow fort.
Of course.
But I have no particular plans for particular discussions.
Speaking of discussions, how many cushions did what was his name? Ziggy get? Because he was told
Ziggy
to go
was
look
the
for
snake.
pillows.
One. Because snake.
But snake with lots of pointy bits that could latch onto pillows. I don't know.
The second
one surviving pillow.
One surviving pillow. The second piece is that he's just like, after he's like just bawling his eyes out this fireworks show, it's just like, I'm really glad this isn't my real house. Just as a note, please don't do that in my real house.
Oh yeah, and he broke your shelf. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, again, it's kind of wigging me out, but it's fine. It's a nice gesture. The fireworks are very good. Just make sure if you bring your sneaky friend to my real house, as long as the real house is still there and it hasn't been flattened with like a wizard's retaliation while we've been here killing all of them and caress. My bad. Then make sure the snake doesn't do that with my real pillows because they're very expensive and some of them have sentimental value.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Got it. Yep, I won't do that. No way, Jose.
Insight check. No, sorry.
Eddie, have a question for Laura / Bertie.
Indeed.
The effects that were happening to the mansion, have they eased or changed or dulled at all after the fireworks display, or are they still just sort of present?
I think during the fireworks display, not enough to ruin it. It did get quite heavy for a moment when he just started to cry for a bit, but then it has the rain has like lightened up more now. It's still there, but it's and it's still like there's no longer thundercrap, like there's no longer like thunder or lightning or anything like rumbling around. It's just like it's more just a relaxing kind of rain, I think. Yeah.
Cool.
And Bertie kind of after a moment after investigates the mayonnaise buffet, I guess, all of that kind of stuff. But it's just like, thanks guys. Good job, Newman and Anya.
No worries.
Anya probably reaches across and squeezes his hand. And then after a moment, she goes to remove her contacts again.
It's fair.
I'm assuming you don't have any other large spectacles for me to behold, Newman? I'd rather not be of sight while you are consuming the mayonnaise buffet. It is regrettable that I was of hearing to hear about it, if I'm honest.
I don't think I do. Got nothing planned at least.
Might be a good move, Anya.
She doesn't say anything, but she just very quietly removes and replaces the contacts into the little necklace jar. Just shakes her head a little bit.
I guess Newman's like going around the table as well, quite fast as well, like almost as if he's teleporting.
Oh no.
Appreciating
Power
all the
of
different ones. And he'd be like, "Oh, this one's from Navora, actually. Oh, I haven't tried this one before."
Yeah, Sam tried to describe it like, yeah, I haven't had that before. It's not really my kind of thing. But apparently, Sam and Ross used to live there. That's where their school was. You probably know that. So yeah, enjoy. I hope it tastes like mayonnaise.
Oh, it does. It does.
Oh, I'm really glad you're very, very happy with that.
Is anyone
You're a
else in
good
this
kid,
room
Newman.
other than us three? Is Sam and Ross here as well?
I can imagine that at a certain point, we do still have the list of all the pillows Newman wanted us to get. And at a certain point, Ross's sense of guilt begins to outweigh the fact that she's having a very nice time with Sam. And she would kind of very sheepishly be like, we should probably get the pillows before Newman starts vibrating out of his skin and runs in here.
Yeah, you're right.
Thank you. Again. This is really good.
Anytime.
I love you.
I love you too, Ross.
She gives him a kiss. And then she picks up the little list and begins getting all the pillows. So probably we walk out with a giant mountain of pillows between us and our mage hands. And then we're like, is that a mayonnaise buffet?
Newman turns around and he just has a white mustache of mayonnaise. He goes, yes, it's amazing. Bertie did this.
I mean, this is insensitive to say, but you genuinely are lucky you can't see this right now. By choice.
Oh, good. They're here. The jig is up. You've been found. I'll be downstairs or anywhere but here.
Ross's mouth just opens and closes a little bit, and she's like, where do you want the pillows, Newman?
Oh, did you get them?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. All right. So I was thinking in that room over there, I've cleared a space. It's approximately 5 meters by 5 meters. That should be big enough for what I had in mind, but also I've left some room for some collaboration so we can brainstorm perhaps. So But yeah, if I've actually
honey,
marked.
Nooms.
Mm.
1 second, and she fandangles the pillows and probably ends up dropping a bunch, and then just goes up to him and just prestidigitations off the mayo on his face and goes, "Okay, I can take you seriously now."
What was wrong?
You had. Never mind. I'm gonna go put them in the other room. Sam. And she
Coming.
toddles off. And then they go and help Newman build a pillow for it while he eats mayo, like the world's weirdest foreman.
You don't have to RP this, but Anya probably also over the earrings takes everyone's tea orders and potters through the kitchen that she is all too familiar with, even if it is a little bit janky, and gets all of that organized. Praying
floor textures and stuff like that too.
Yeah. Praying to all of the gods that the mayonnaise buffet just isn't there when she gets back.
We all hope this.
I mean, you can make that happen.
Nothing to dip.
Alright. So, yes. The rest of the evening you spend once it is made within the pillow fort. And have
Majestic pillow fort.
Yes. Have a majestic, wonderful time. And you all benefit from a well-deserved long rest.
Oh boy, it's so nice to be back up to full hit points again.
I love having spells.
So, the next day dawns, and you are aware that there's a possibility of mounting a rescue mission today, should you decide to take it. What does everyone do in the morning?
Bertie's up quite early. He only needs to sleep for 4 hours anyway. Bertie does normally sleep for longer, just for funsies. But he's up quite early. And he kind of has the house generates food anyway, but he's kind of just been going through the motions, just making breakfast and stuff like that. But he's a lot more tense. The rain stopped, but he's a lot more tense. And yeah, presumably Anya might have would be up around that same kind of time.
Yeah, so Anya, she also would be up already. She's probably just sitting on a kitchen bench while Bertie is doing his things in a really sort of familiar way that they'd be used to from the year that they were living together.
Yeah, definitely.
And while she notices a tenseness to Bertie, she doesn't mention anything or initiate the conversation. She just sort of gives him the space that he needs unless he speaks up about it.
Yeah, I think probably after a little bit he'd be like, you guys mentioned that the Concord would be mounting a trying to sort out the phylactery thing, finally doing a raid on the wizards once and for all. The meeting.
Yes, hopefully we will have an update today.
Yeah.
Rovari was, she was very clear with them, so if there isn't an update today, well...
Hopefully it went well. Far be it for me as a night of the seven to say, but it isn't. It makes sense, and it makes sense they wait until the last minute to try and get it sorted, and at the same time, it's interesting they've chosen to make that move when victory is more of a certainty and easier for them. But better late than never to publicly, show your stance against terrorists that, have been occupying a city, like a country unlawfully for like more than 20 years, I guess.
Anya takes like a very deep sip of her tea and is like, well, if they haven't done it, as I had a 50% idea that they wouldn't, it just means that we will have to do it.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, it's a certain regeneration time between liches anyway, so, when we get to it. But,
As someone who isn't a declared Knight of the Seven, I have no qualm in saying that they have been fucking useless up to this point, and have left the fate of an entire continent in the hands of us. And if they continue to stand by idly while a fascist dictatorship controls nations, then they will get what is coming to them.
Yeah, I never got much about politics. I guess it all makes sense in the end, but yeah, it's well beyond, how it affects me and my overheads, but yeah, it's... You're not wrong. Hopefully they'll have got it sorted and then we can wait till we get the go-ahead to get Taven, but... Well, I guess we'll see. Did you guys have plans for today?
I think you know what the plan for today will be.
It's kind of like a little he's like little like jostling of like whatever crockery he's preparing. The sound of that is like, yeah, good. Oh well, you should be getting up soon. Otherwise, I'll wake him up.
They'll be ready, and we all know how important this is.
Yeah, for all of us, yeah. This will be good. This will be fine.
Hey, Bertie.
Yeah?
Thank you.
What for?
It's been a long journey.
Yeah. It's been good to walk with you. For a little bit longer, and then until we get back to what our life after is going to be like.
I hope he's okay. And that your after will be everything you pictured.
I hope so too. I just gotta find out now, I guess. And if he's not, okay. And I'm just gonna do the same to everyone there that I've done to all of the magisters since he was taken from me. And since I was killed. Anyway, I think this is about ready. I hope you like fantasy eggs and bacon.
Bertie? I'm with you. No matter what happens, I'm with you.
Thank you. It means a lot to me, Anya. You know that. But I want to say it anyway. Thank you.
Anya kind of like vaults herself off the counter and grabs a couple of the platters from Bertie and she's like, let's go wake up the kids, yeah?
Yeah, that's it. I cannot wait to kick the door open and be like, "Oh, Russ and Sam! Oh my gosh, you're sleeping in the same room." I'm not gonna make it. That would probably not be very good. Anyway, let's go wake up the kids. Yeah.
Oh, I'll do it if you don't.
Okay, absolutely. I'll go wake up Newman. Hopefully he's, yeah. We'll kick down the pillow fort. I guess actually it'll probably be worse for him. Let's go.
And they do that.
And yeah, so the rest of you are awoken by the two elves.
Kicking through the door of the pillow fort.
Ah! Wake up, kids!
Oh, God.
This suit of armor gets ready to tackle you. As he
it probably
takes a step into the doorway.
Oh no!
My, some of us are a little cozy this morning. A little, was it cold in here? You two in particular.
What?
You're a little bit close. Must have been the cold breeze in the mansion, you know?
Anya.
Very chilly.
Bravari.
I am. How old is Ross? She's like, I'm in my late 20s. Good morning.
Good morning.
She says, not removing whatever limbs Sam has wrapped around her.
Eggs. Eggs. Sorry, I just fucking choked on nothing there. Eggs.
Eggs. She takes the eggs. We eat breakfast.
Oh, guys, I made you some spots as well. This is yours, Bertie, and it's like a little pillow throne.
Aww.
And this is yours, Anya, and it's this just, I want to say almost like a crater, but a really tall one of pillows.
Like a little nest or like a little fort?
Depends how you choose to take it.
And you can't see it either way. That's on you to choose, Jake.
I was thinking more of a nest.
She sort of settles into a nest. Into a little nest.
You didn't expect that? Or Jake didn't expect that. Sorry.
Bertie passes
was hoping for that.
This is Brecky. He sits on the pillow fort. It's like, this is very cute.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, good job on the pillow fort. Anya and I were discussing, you all should eat up and stuff like that, but we might, since the Magisters are gone now, it's time to go and...
It's time.
Yeah.
Did Newman get any food?
Bertie has handed him his fantasy eggs and bacon.
Awesome. Newman pulls out his fantasy pillow stool and fantasy pillow table and just scoffs it down in a single slide with the cutlery into his mouth. He goes, "All right, it's go time." As he then disappears. Sorry, no, he gets in the suit of armor and then he disappears with a massive gush of wind being sucked back in through the doorway as he's just not there anymore.
Okay.
Newman, we have the morning.
Have you guys not seen him do that before?
I can't see anything, Kravari.
Fair. He's not normally that fast, but he's a bit of a terror to eat breakfast with. But you get used to it.
Oh, it's that's the zoomies, yeah?
Yeah. That's why we call him Nooms, because he gets the Nooms.
Oh, okay. Fair.
Yeah. Bron came up with it. It's cute. It's growing on him, I think.
I mean this in the best possible way. Because I love Newman. I do. I adore him. I'm very grateful that he's living with you.
Yeah. up, yeah.
Far too earnestly, Ross says, me too. Oh, that was a joke. Yeah, no, to loop back whenever Nooms reappears in the mortal plane, yeah. Yeah, I think it's time.
Cool.
Newman reappears at the doorway like, oh, I forgot something. As he reaches down and picks up Ziggy. Are you guys coming, or...?
We have the morning, Newman.
Oh, I was under the impression that this whole building's gonna disappear and,
It was made in the evening.
I can keep it up for a while, but as soon as people want to go, I'm ready to go.
Okay. Yeah,
I'll
cool.
go get ready too. Y'all can enjoy as you like. I don't have any time frame, but I need to go get ready. Puts down his uneaten plate. He's like, yeah, catch you guys soon. But don't worry, it won't disappear for a little while, so it'll be fun.
Alright, thank you. I'll take my time.
Strides in the direction of where the entrance as it starts to pat and rain again lightly. So he leaves the dimension, which I believe is still fine.
Yeah, so
Yes.
everyone goes through their process of getting ready. Is there anything anyone wants to make particular note of with that?
Bertie goes his full armor, he has the shield, yeah. He's getting ready. It's very
Alright.
serious. He has his hair braided back up again as well. Obviously, he had it down in pigtails, I think, before. Yep. That's all he does.
Anya just gets basic battle ready and is good to go.
And do you, before you head out, do you go to speak with Yadel and Promise, or do you go straight off?
Ross would, alert Yadel and Promise, see if there's anything we can get from them, such as, I know, teleport can be iffy, but it can be a last resort. I know Bertie has a couple of things that can get us out of there quickly, but if Yadel and Promise have anything they can give us to help us get out quickly if things go awry, or anything that can assist us with not being caught, that
so
would be hugely beneficial.
They have managed to identify the scrolls that were within the Dragon's Hoard.
Ooh.
So, in order from the lowest power to highest, Summon Construct, Death Ward, Tasha's Otherworldly Guise, Find the Path, Arcane Gate, Earthquake, Mind Blank, Gate, and Power Word Heal. So I'll paste those in the chat. So, a reminder, there is a limit on who can cast those based on whether or not it is on your class spell list. But you don't need to be of a level in that class to be able to cast it through a scroll. So, So a lot of those Newman. Actually, is Newman of a level where he can just use any? I don't think he quite has that feature. I think that's 14th level Artificer or something like that. But there's still a couple in there that he can make use of, such as Summon Construct. But yeah,
I think between Ross and Bertie, though, most of these are covered.
yeah. There might be a few that are sorcerer spells, in which case they would be Anya's territory.
Guess we'll find out if we need to use them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's 14th level of Artificer, where you ignore the requirements for magic item use. The other thing is, Yadel informs you that overnight they did receive news from the arcane convocation, and that they were successful in destroying the phylactery and dismantling much of the tower, but not without cost. Almost all of the majority of the high-ranking figures of the convocation fell during it, because it was particularly well warded against mages.
I wonder how.
So those that survived were Alazira, Athena, Sagar, Pashon, and Vassalor. Most of whom you know.
Yeah. If I lost Cigar, I don't know what I'd do. What would Tanip do?
Is Tanip alive?
Tanip
Darby
would have to come back to Bertie.
Darby, is Tanip alive?
Yeah, she
you-
works for me now.
You hear nothing of Tanip, one way or the other.
Don't you dare.
Don't you dare have killed Tanip off screen.
Or Tanip is the big bad.
We've
Haven't
never
seen him
seen
for a
them in
while.
the same room.
Yeah.
Thank
Their
you, that
names
is-
start with the same letter. I'm sorry. I know you were going to say something.
That is a tragic loss, but and Ross kind of steels herself against the words she's about to say. A necessary one. We're about to win. They will not have died in vain. Thank you. We're gonna go get our friend back now.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. So, you collectively gather up, ready to go. And how are you planning on approaching Taven's tower? Because Newman's work with that circle gives you a direct ticket if you wish to take it.
I'm assuming wherever we're all having this little group meeting, Ross is gonna be like, well, as far as we know, no one knows that we know about the teleportation circles. It might be the easiest way to get in. Kira certainly didn't seem to expect it. We had a lot of time before she found us. And if we play our cards right, Taven may never find out we were there until well after we're gone.
A problem there. Not to negate, I think that a direct route is our best idea, but we should know the risk we are taking. We don't know where in the tower that the circle is situated. We don't know what might be on the other side. If the room itself may be heavily guarded. These are all things that I know we're all prepared to face, but it needs to be said.
How about Newman, your snake friend? We could send it through as a test.
This is the explicit reason why I built Ziggy, to help us with this kind of thing. So, yeah, maybe.
Cool.
Send Ziggy in first. Find where we need to go.
How is Ziggy going to communicate back with us?
Ziggy won't necessarily be communicating back to us, but Ziggy does have a form of scrying, essentially. So, whilst Ziggy won't be able to communicate through us, I can see through Ziggy, is the intention.
So you would be using Ziggy as your infiltration drone in this
Essentially,
situation?
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah. doing his part, just like the pillow. Singular.
And then I guess the thing to work out is the easiest, if there are guards, the easiest way to get them away. And then get in. I doubt they're keeping Caius near his things, so...
If we can get an idea of their formations, then we can get a seeming up to look like them.
That would work.
Sounds like a plan.
Then we could roam around, potentially with impunity.
Some of us go grab Caius, some of us grab his things, some of us keep the heat off us, and we come home.
So we need to divide 5 people into 3 groups. Or do we combine 2 of those tasks?
If we are dividing into 3, I'm very good at not being seen. I will, if need be, find Caius' things.
Okay.
Okay.
Bertie,
Hmm?
do you want someone watching your back when you find him?
I think either way. If someone, if I find him, if he's okay, someone turns up, we'll be able to sort it. I'll sort it. So it'll be fine. I can go alone if we need to.
Okay. So, we potentially send the 2 of us who can blend in the easiest to keep watch on the guard, make sure no one else is coming that way. Bertie gets Caius. Anya gets his things with one of us. And we get out.
I can go alone if it's easier. I know how to keep hidden.
Three of us on the guard would help.
If something happens, it's best if there's more of you there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Worst comes, we can do something to create a sort of bubble, make sure that even if the guards find out we're there, no one else higher up will. Newman could probably mess with whatever security cameras they have. Ziggy can probably help with that. If worst comes, I can get as many guards as possible to face the other way until we leave.
I can do my old spell I used to do too to help us be sneakier. Feathers helps with that now, so like he used to, I guess. So I'll make sure that when we head out,
when we
should be open at all times.
Yes. Hopefully we don't have to split out too far that we become completely detached from each other within the messenger rings. If you think that you can manage without casting spells, at least for a time, until you can find Caius, Bertie, I can render you invisible for last up to an hour.
oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I can do that. Pretty good with the sword now.
Once we decide to split up, then I'll render you invisible, and so only attack or cast a spell if it becomes necessary once you are turned invisible.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll lose the advantage.
That's alright. I know how invisibility works. I'm not a very sneaky person, though, so that's fair. I can do that. That's fine.
Once
Good.
I've found Caius's belongings, would it be best for me to go direct to Caius and Bertie?
Yes, I think that would be for the best. You can locate his equipment, get his equipment to him as soon as possible, so that we might potentially minimize the risks should we be caught at the last.
I'll send you a
Consider it
message
done.
with this. And he taps the earring.
Consider it done.
That's the thing, even if we do get out of range on the earrings, we do at least have the sending charges.
That's it. So it should be fine.
All right, so we send Ziggy in. We get an idea of the layout. We go in as guards or invisible. Bertie gets him. Anya gets his things. The rest of us play keep away.
Sounds like a plan. Did any of when you've been talking with the Concord, have you had any information about what sort of, if there's any kind of weaknesses of anyone that might be down there?
We have a couple. All the stuff we've learned on the intrigues. Some of the information we've gotten is mostly about Taven, but I think we do have a DM.
What magic?
I think
What
at
magic's
some
gonna
point-
hurt them more? That's basically what Betty's asking.
I think it was.
Fire, yeah.
Taven at this point is susceptible to fire, but if we can avoid a fight with him at all possible. I swear we got a map at some point. But it might be out of date. But that's what Ziggy's for, so.
Cool. All right. And Bertie is going to step away, and he's going to charge his sword with expend a spell slot to charge the blade he has with fire. And he kind of
Alright.
shoulders the shield up one way. He then shoulders the shield, puts it down, recharges a spell slot with the moon staff of his backpack, and then readjusts everything. He's like, okay, cool. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, but all right, let's go. We got it all.
Anya is also going to, and I just want to say it for prosperity's sake, just before we go in, she will cast flame arrows on her quiver as well.
All right. So I think Sam will volunteer to cast a teleportation circle. First one to get Ziggy across. Although, what is the range on you being? So you need to be within a range of Ziggy to see, don't you, Newman?
Ziggy was like the newest creation, so I'm not sure
But he'd
if it
still be
followed the same
king
rules
off
or anything.
of,
But let's
he'd
have
still be
a
king off
gander.
of the same infiltration drone rules. Depends on, so he's a reconnaissance drone. Can transmit sound and directions back to you as long as you're within 100 feet of it. You know the directions. Alright. So yeah, so you'll have to all go together, but you can kind of, as Ziggy does that little bit of reconnaissance, you can kind of just chill in the teleportation circle room for a little bit.
Alright.
So Sam is
We do
gonna,
that.
yeah. So Sam's gonna draw up that teleportation circle, and you find yourself in, a stone hour room, an arcane circular glyph on the ground. Newman, you release Ziggy to start his infiltration. As you focus on the imagery that he's sending back, you see from the snake's eye view slithering through the corridors. Occasionally you'll see groups of guards, typically in even numbers. 2s, 4s, 6s.
How many of there are us? 3?
Well, there's currently 5 of you in the room, unless Bertie and Anya would have split off immediately without waiting for Ziggy's reconnaissance, but...
We're not idiots!
No.
Cool, you confirmed it! Awesome!
No. And yeah, you do see many of these groups of guards are accompanied by some sort of strange beast. Most commonly an almost ape-like creature with an almost canine bestial head, green in color with a kind of purplish underbelly. Though there are also these weird bipedal creatures with snake-like heads and these strange red and blue canine-like creatures with an eye at the end of their tail.
So it looks like they're in groups of 2s or 4s and 6. So if we want to blend in, we best have, or appear to have, an odd number, I believe. And also...
An even number, you mean?
News. What did I say?
An odd number.
Yeah. It is very odd that they do that. And also, unfortunately, I think they may have those beasts that you dealt with, Bertie. Every single group of them has at least one.
Not every single one. Most of them.
Most.
Okay.
So, what should we do? You're the only one who's dealt with them.
Well, in a sense, they can react real fast if you cast magic. They can also attack real fast. Bertie relays basically the information he got. We did a bit more research, I think, during the intrigue thing. I don't think we learned a great deal. It's just like some of them have got they can bounce your magic back to you. They can warp your magic.
Big green apes.
They're strong.
They're strong and do not heal someone when you are close to them.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Bertie is very uncomfortable when he's talking about that one.
Yeah,
Did we find out if they can see through spells?
Did we, Darby? That was a very specific intrigue thing, was researching them.
Yes. I don't believe any of them can.
That's basically Anya in character asking if they have true sight. Because Eddie, do not know.
So the reverser does not. The absorber does not. The nullifier does not. So none of them have true sight.
No, I don't think so.
Good.
They were pretty certain when they're doing research into it. Yeah, just be careful around them.
Of course.
But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll sort this out. This will be fine.
We figure it out.
Are we ready to go?
Ready as we
Okay.
want to be.
Be careful, everyone.
Good luck.
Good luck.
And Sam puts a hand on your shoulder. Bertie, good luck. And he casts invisibility. You are invisible for an
Flip side of
hour,
you.
or until Sam drops concentration, or until you do one of the things that triggers it dropping early.
Yeah. And
Whichever
Bertie,
of the three happens first.
you just hear the voice of Bertie going, good luck, everyone. Thanks. We'll stick together and then split off when we can. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Sam's going to say, do we want 3 of us? Does one of us want to be one of the beasts in appearance?
Ooh, tasty. Very
Because
tasty.
otherwise we're an odd number.
I guess I'll be the beast.
Any preference?
I would like to be. So it was like the snake one, the gorilla dog, and the. What's the third?
The kind of canine, feline quadruped.
That's the one.
Eye tail.
That's the one.
Alright. So you move bipedally, but as Sam casts his spell, you appear as the Aeorian Absorber, or the Mage Slayer Absorber. This blue and red canine with vicious teeth and a weird eyeball tail. Whereas Sam and Ross appear in the garb of guards. Sam in a more melee combatant guard, Ross in a more arcane combatant guard.
Sam, would I need to be near you to be under the effect of seeming?
I will need to check that. Does it need to be near you or just near at the time of casting? The spell allows you to change the appearance of any number of creatures that you can see within range. Give each target you choose a new illusory appearance. An unwilling creature. The spell disguises you make each creature see. Changes wrought by the spell fail to hold up to physical inspection. You use a spell to appear thinner than you are. The hand of someone who reaches out to touch you would bump into you while it is seemingly still in mid-air. The creature can use its action to inspect the target and make it intelligent. Spell lasts for the duration unless you use... Yeah, there's nothing about, like, as long as you're within the range when it's cast, there's nothing about you having to stay within that range.
Me as well, just
Alright.
as a fail-safe on the off chance I do get spotted. I can try and talk my way out.
And he disguises you as a more arcane dressed guard. So we have 3 missions here. Who would like to go first? Destruction team, IS team, or gear team? And I say team in the case of those last 2, even though they're individuals.
I guess it makes sense to have destruction team go first, so that the others may not be found.
Especially since Newman periodically looking through Ziggy is going to be helping the other 2 find where they need to go. So I guess we start walking around with Newman as a big beast. Yep. I'm so anxious right now. This is so anxiety-inducing.
Roll me a performance check.
Yeah, I feel that.
With advantage because of the seeming.
Well, I also
Not
get
that you
advantage
necessarily-
because
Oh, yeah,
I'm
'cause
pretending to be someone else.
True. Which I think Sam might have that feat as well.
That's performance?
No, he doesn't. Yes, performance.
Cool, I need to get my calculator out.
Yeah, so Sam is a 34. Newman?
Sorry, hang on. It's not really working. Someone else go instead of me.
Okay. Ross?
32.
Ooh. I mean, Sam's got the first-hand experience.
Let's back up. What was the roll again, sorry?
Performance with advantage.
No worries. So that one there is a 12 or a 18. I'll take the 18.
18. Okay, solid. So, for passing, like, that's a decent enough performance to kind of get by. And I imagine you're probably trying to keep reasonably close by to where Bertie is to an extent, so that you can kind of distract from what he's doing.
Yeah, like our main goal is to just keep guards away from where we can assume Bertie is, and where like
until Bertie can find split off points.
Yeah, and we're probably also relaying to Bertie as we go, like, there's no guards down here, there's no guards over this way. Oh, Ziggy has found this thing here.
Yeah. Okay. You do roll me an investigation check.
Okay. Oh, hell yeah. 24.
24. You find a pair of guards on the ground, with what appear to be stab marks, like, with pools of diluted blood on the ground.
That wasn't us, right?
No? No.
Are there any other guards around? Is it just us and these two dead guys?
Yeah, at this point.
It's,
Are they experimenting with diluted blood?
That's strange. Okay, do we hide them or do we move? Think faster, Sam.
Did Ziggy see anything? Did he see what any of the other guards did?
No. So there's been no guards nearby this particular spot. I don't have anything that's not concentration. I can't drop the concentration for Bertie's sake on my invisibility at the moment.
I can only turn one of them invisible.
Is Bertie nearby? Yeah, I am.
Nearish,
presume.
yeah.
Over the messaging, he's like, "What are you guys looking at?"
This.
He's just staying
Guard-
stationary somewhere.
Yeah, guards with diluted blood.
They're
You
dead.
didn't kill him?
No.
No.
Well, I mean, unless the Wyverns are into that, it's probably something that they can be panicking about on their own record.
Let's just get away from this spot.
Yeah, move on. We didn't see it. We didn't find them.
Okay. Anya, can you please roll me an investigation check to search for Caius's belongings?
I most certainly can. Let's go here. Whew. Beautiful. So that would be a 21 investigation.
All right. With a 21, it doesn't take you long before you find a vault with some confiscated gear in it.
Very sexy of you not to even have me roll stealth for it also, by the way.
Because I know. Like,
minimum of 27.
Yeah. Minimum of 27. And I'm sure you've probably got something that can easily, like, cover you, even if you were to get caught with someone getting a really lucky roll. Anyway, so, now, the one oversight in this plan is that you're not the strongest.
Okay.
But you can grab some of his gear. So, the key things here, the key obvious things that you see looking at this room that you recognize as Caius's are, you recognize his blade, you recognize his belt, you recognize his white armor, and then...
Is the armor apart in pieces, like in the sections that it would be?
Yes.
And are these, like, locked away?
Yes, they would be.
Cool. I'm assuming you want me to roll a Thieves' Tools to crack in here?
Yeah.
Perfect, that's a 23.
23. Okay, so you focus in a little bit. It's been a while since you've had to do something like this, but you focus in and listen out for the moving of the pins, and you unlock the display case with this armor sitting loose in it, waiting for setup, essentially.
Before she reaches in, Anya is going to take a moment. Apologies. I am very bad at knowing where all of my stuff is on my character sheet. Okay, that's all right. I thought there was a thing she had where she could identify if there's magical stuff, but it's just the planar identification stuff, so that isn't really...
Creature, isn't it?
Yes, but that's fine. Could she roll like a Arcana or something just to make sure the case isn't magically spelled either?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Not the best flat roll. What's her modifier?
0.
0. Cool, that's a 5. She has no idea.
Yeah, you have no idea.
She looks at the case, frowns a little bit in worry. But then after a beat, it's just like, well, under her breath, it's just like, well, either way, I have to get them. And she starts grabbing the pieces, all of the belongings. And as long as she's not like fucking electrocuted or zapped or whatever, she's going to start putting them in her handy haversack.
Okay. As you start doing that, off with Bertie and the destruction crew of a few dozen feet off, Bertie, roll me an investigation check. Try to find where Caius is being held.
Okay, what's my investigation? One momento. It's a +6, so that is a 22.
22. Okay. It is incredibly easy for you to find where Caius is, or where Caius has been held.
The jail block.
The jail block. But it's very easy to work out the exact cell he was being held in.
Okay.
Because you see a pool of butter on the ground. And 2 guards knocked out in front of a cell door.
Okay, so I imagine at probably that point, like, would I have split off from, like, Newman and Ross and Sam? It would have pointed out, like, the group to me?
Yeah, I imagine they probably would have stayed just outside of the jail.
Yeah, we would have stayed out of the jail block to, like, cut anyone off if they went to go in, but to, give Bertie this private moment.
So they're within range that you can use the messenger earrings to contact them if you want.
He's not thinking about that.
But yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So Bertie very silently is like, just like freezes and stares and then looks around and he's like, and then he's going to very carefully try to like pick his way around the butter floor and try and follow where that's come from. But then he kind of like looks in the direction where it's gone, I suppose. But yeah, stealthily, very quickly.
So roll me a survival check to try tracking through the butter.
Oh boy, okay.
Survival is what you do for tracking.
Alright, let's see how I go. Alright, that's what's that? 15, sorry. 18.
Okay. So the trail
It's good for Bertie, honestly.
The trail looks like it's starting to lead out of the jail block. But very quickly goes cold as there is less and less butter with each footstep.
Damn, butter's hardened.
And yeah, it has very much hardened by this point.
Excellent. Kind of freezes the answer on the message is like, I think he's out. I think he got out. Yeah, I think he got out.
By himself?
I don't know.
Do we have to find him?
Is this open channel or is this direct messaging?
Open channel, yeah.
Yeah.
Anya chimes in. She's like, I have his things. Maybe I should wait here to see if he comes to them?
Did someone want to reach out? I don't know whether it'll be within range of the messenger, but
Yeah,
always
no,
sending.
that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I've been putting it off, but if we're on the same plane, so it should be fine.
You've got
Okay.
this, Bertie.
Yeah. And then Bertie will cast Sending using his earring, considering we're on open channel, so Caius has not heard this, so that's fine. Yeah, I'm on the same plane, so I guess that should be fine. And he'll, man, I didn't prepare this. He'll be like, every time, be like, Caius, are you there somewhere? We're here. Where are you? Did you get out? It's Bertie.
There's a beat before you hear a response.
Wait. Bertie? You're here? I'm here too. Well, I'm not. Well, I am, but I'm leaving. I'm sneaking to... Oh. Morning, all. Be right back.
And you hear an alarm start to blare throughout the tower.
Bertie out loud. He says,
Yep.
You can cut that out. That's fine. Sorry, re-record that.
Yeah.
I started to talk.
Okay. And you hear an alarm blare throughout the building. And that's where we're going to leave it for this week.
Okay, cool. See you next week, everyone. Much to think about.
Sorry for listening, y'all.
Sorry for listening.
Goodbye.
Bye.
We got there.
Yep.
We got there. Early episode 2.
Yeah.
That is exciting.
Okay. Little fucker got out. What's he doing?
Just a fucking good evening. Hello there.
Morning, all.
I
Morning.
miss this man. Holy shit. Okay.
Just fucking raw dogging them too. He doesn't have any of his equipment. He's just like
Oh no, he has a weapon.
2 weapons.
I will say, Bertie, you would have noticed that the guards were unarmed.